Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today I'm smoking my Peterson B10 New Grange Spigot. Beautiful pipe. One of my favorites. And in it I'm smoking Crooner. Beautiful day out here today. Man, it is just stunningly beautiful today. It is about 5:30 right now. Just gorgeous out. So tomorrow I'm going to be going up to Virginia Tech. Monday I went up there, Denny and I drove up there to Blacksburg where Virginia Tech is. And right on the campus, I mean right on the edge of the campus, is a camera store and a record store in one. It's got old cameras and records in there. Probably a good thing it's not around here. I'd be in there all the time. So it's called John's Cameras and Records. And the lady runs the record side and John runs the camera side. Well, John wasn't there Monday. And the lady said to call and make sure he's going to be there before you come up, especially since we're coming so far. It's about a 50-minute drive from Salem. It's only like 22 miles, but it's like 50 minutes. And which is something I really needed to get used to when we moved here, because being from, living in San Diego all those years, something was, 20 miles away, it was 20 minutes to get there because you just jump on the freeway. And I mean, there was freeways going to everywhere you needed to go. So you would just, there was an entrance to the freeway right close to my house, so I'd go down, get right on the freeway, get on the 94, and I'd either go to the 8 or the 805 or 125, wherever I needed to go. And I could be there, a mile a minute, basically, because you're 60 miles an hour, and you're on the freeway. Here, something can be 20 miles away, and it'll take you 50 minutes to get there, because it's all, back roads, and you got one freeway, and so it's a whole different world here, which I love, and you get some neat views as you're driving, Anyway, I called John this afternoon to make sure he was going to be there tomorrow, because the lady told me to make sure I called before I drove back up. And he said he'd be there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I got a meeting with John tomorrow. We're going to discuss some cameras. He's got a few cameras that I want, and I've got some cameras that I no longer use at all. And I've got a few Maxim cameras and Minolta Maxims, and just a ton of lenses that I've collected over the years from cameras that I've purchased. And you'll buy a camera and it'll have 4 lenses with it, and 3 of them are like non-branded lenses. They'll be like from Sears or Vivitar or Sigma, and so some of those lenses are actually pretty good. Those Sigmas and stuff are pretty good lenses, but I just don't use them. So I've got a box full of lenses. So I'm going to take that box. I mean, it's a pretty good sized box full of lenses. most of them long. A lot of them are long focal lengths, 200 millimeter, stuff like that, which I very rarely use at all. I'll keep them if they're, the name brand for the camera. If it's a Nikkor lens, I'll keep it, or if it's a Mamiya lens, I'll keep that. Keep those, the Mamiya lenses, and the Nikkor. Well, I have one Nikkor lens, but two Nikkor cameras, two Nikon cameras, well, Nikkor mats, FTNs, and then so anyway, I'm gonna go up there and see if we can do some trading. Maybe come back with a dream camera, one of my dream cameras, because he does have it. He has a couple of them, a couple of different ones that I want. So we'll see what we can work out. He may not want to trade. Hopefully he will, and I'll come home with something. One of my dream cameras anyway. Cool shop though, man. He's got everything in there. Let's see if he'll let me take some video while I'm in there. He's got, 35 millimeter, medium format, large format. I mean, that place is just filled with cameras. It's a camera collector's dream in there. He's got everything. And there's a couple of F2s and an F, a Nikon F that I'd like to get a Nikon F, because they were made in 1959. They started making them in 1959, which is my birth year. So I'd like to get one of those. And they're great cameras. They were the first professional Nikon camera. And then an F2, which was the second professional Nikon camera. And I want to get them the ones with they have the photomic prism on them, which is, I just love looking at those. They're easier for me to use with glasses and stuff, so I like those. Which, if you're not a photographer, camera guy, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, so. Anyway, this Crooner is fantastic stuff. This is part of the haul that I got from Smoke Swag on our football bets, where he would bet on Denver and I'd bet on the Raiders, and he just kept losing, and we would go double or nothing and he'd keep losing, and we'd go double or nothing and he'd keep losing, and so I wound up with about 2 pounds of tobacco from him. I didn't even count last year. I just told him, don't even worry about last year. But yeah, so I got 2 pounds of, I got a pound of Crooner and a pound of PS41. Peter Stokovy's PS41 cubed burley. I love those two. But I've had those up in the closet and had forgot about them. So I broke those out today. I'll be smoking those for a while, I think. They were just up in the dark closet. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video. Just say hey. But you know I'm alive. I've been having some weird dreams lately, which I won't get into here, but man, I hadn't had dreams in 40 years. You know, very rarely do I have a dream that I can remember. And these past 2 weeks, I've had dreams every single night, and a lot of them, several of them, have been about, like my buddy Frank, who passed away last year in December. My dad, who's been gone for 37 years, something like that, 38 years now. So I don't know if they're just coming and visiting me. My brother Kent, who passed away in the early 2000s, or late 2000s, 2008, 2007, I think it was. Got a dream about him. It's like, I don't know if they're just, you know, visiting me in my dreams or what. It's just weird because I haven't had dreams in so long. I mean, literally decades and decades where I couldn't remember a dream. And I wake up, the other morning I woke up, my heart was just pounding because of this dream with my buddy Frank. And it was like he had, you know, he was just talking to me, and it was like old times, like he wasn't gone. It was, we were just having this conversation like old times. And man, I woke up and my heart was just pounding. It was just pounding. I miss that guy so much. He was my best buddy, and put a picture of the two of us right here. We were twins. Mom dressed us the same. The girls loved him, called him Uncle Frank. He was just one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life, probably the best friend I've had. And I miss him. But anyway, I will catch y'all later. Have a good one. God bless.